This is Keeper, CEO and founder of Direct Selling Live and owner of MLM Black Woman and CEO of Nexus Worldwide Media. I want to thank you today for stopping by here at Direct Selling Live as we present to you our third annual 25 must-have items for Direct Selling Success 2013. Now, before I go any further, let me just state there is no particular order with this list. There is no number 1 or number 2 or number 10 or number 15. This is what we believe to be the best toolbox for helping anyone create success in 2013. There are going to be a number of items here. Some are technology driven. There's going to be a DVD or two. There's going to be a tablet. There's going to be a cell phone. There's going to be a couple of cell phones. There's even going to be some websites, 1 or 2 that just may even surprise you. The thing to keep in mind is as you move forward with your direct selling career, if I could suggest one thing, if you can only buy one thing, if you can only do one thing this year, if you can only go to one event this year, I strongly urge you to go to your company's annual conference. There is no better tool for your toolbox than going into your company's annual conference. This makes no difference whether or not you are a mature direct seller or you are brand new. I know for some mature direct sellers you think, well, I've been there, I've done that. No, this gives the opportunity for the new people to see who the leaders are and be able to ask you questions, as well as every now and then I'm sure you're going to learn something. So if there's any one thing you need to have, if there's any one thing you need to do, that's to go to your company's annual event. As you go forward and you look at other things, we are suggesting these are the 25 things that you should be looking at, you should have in your toolbox to be successful in direct selling in 2013. Like I said, there is no number 1, there is no number 2. However, there are 5 featured items on this list. They're featured because of the unique nature of which they are. They have the ability to give you that extra oomph to take you over the top. So when we come back, we're going to start with our 25 must-have items list for 2013. Direct Selling Live's third annual list. Hope you enjoy it. See you when we come back.
When my mother used to sell Princess House.
Joined them way that night.
Norma siempre vendía cosas de Avon.
Oh, it must have been around 1935.
But those knives were amazing.
The one lady's name was Mary Kay, and I said, oh, cosmetics will never sell on Party Plan.
Was a single mom and created these hair care products for black women and became the first self-made millionaire in the United States. I just think that's extraordinary.
Hi, this is Keeper, and welcome back to Direct Selling Live's third annual 25 must-have items list for success in 2013. These are the 25 items that should be in your toolbox in order to be successful. Let's just jump right into it. As I said, there is no number 1, there is no number 2. However, there are 5 featured items. So let's just start with the list. Number 1, from Karen Phelps, her best-selling book, The Ultimate Guide to Direct Selling. It is a great book for helping you understand the basics of direct selling, especially if you're in a party plan company. Next on the list is the DVD, a very popular movie that came out last year called Forward, the network marketing movie. It's a great DVD to present to your prospects so that they get a real good, firm understanding of what direct selling is all about. Now, I know there are a number of DVDs out there, a number of great ones. However, we think this one gives a good foundation without all the hype, without all the hoopla to what direct selling is really all about. So, on the list is Forward, the network marketing movie. Number 3 on the list is Mastering the Art of Success. This is a multi-authored book by a number of greats from Mark Victor Hansen, Les Brown, Lisa Wilbur of Avon, Jack Canfield, a number of great success people in business, a lot of them in direct selling, who are going to share with you what it took for them to master success in the hope that you can use some of their wisdom to help you master the same success. Number 4 is one of our featured items. It was on the list last year, and this book is on the list this year. Let me ask you, when you are out talking to people, what's the one thing that you do? You tell stories. That's how you become successful in direct selling. You share your story. You share your product story. You sell your company story. You sell your cause. But if you don't know how to share a story, you will fumble your way through it. Trust me, I understand. I have been there. I have done that when I was a distributor. I just fumbled my way through it, even with all the help that I got from my company. If there's one book that you should be reading in direct selling right now, it is the book by John Capizzi, Living Proof. Telling your story to make a difference. This has to do with anyone who's selling a product, who's talking about a cause, who's an advocate for anyone. This book is an outstanding book for teaching you how to tell your story. Because if there's one thing we do in direct selling, and we do well when you're successful, it's how to tell a story. So featured item, Living Proof by John Capizzi. And as we move on, a very popular website, if you're a woman of color, if you're in diversity, is MLMBlackWoman.com. It's a great website for people of diversity to help you share ideas, share experiences, just get to an understanding that there's a lot of diversity in direct selling, and this is the place to be, MLMBlackWoman.com. I am somewhat partial to it, of course, because I actually own it. It is the largest diversity website in all of direct selling globally. Next on the list is the best generic training magazine in all of direct selling, bar none, and that would be Networking Times. This is the magazine. It's a subscription-based magazine. Every now and then you can find it on the newsstands, but it's a great generic tool. You have some of the best people sharing stories, sharing ideas. It is a magazine that's not full of any advertising. It's just cutting. They just cut the fat from all of it, and they just share the ideas and the concepts that you need to be successful. As I said, it's a subscription-based magazine, around $8 a month, but it is by far and away the best generic training magazine in all of direct selling, and they have been for some time. Where are we at? Number 8, I guess. We're talking about the expense tracker. This is a bit of software, the expense tracker, that will teach you how to track where your money is going every month. Let me ask you, if you're just spending money month in and month out and you don't know where it's going, is it possible that you're actually losing money because you're not spending money where it should be going? Is there any bills, is there any disposable income that you actually could be saving that would actually, in essence, put money in your pocket? Well, the expense tracker software will break that down for you. It will teach you and show you exactly where your money is going and how you can make money right away. Speaking of the expense tracker, they have another product that is going to be on the list we'll get into in a few minutes that is a featured product. It is the best app out there in direct selling. And featured item, Train Your Brain, the 6-disc CD that teaches you how to reprogram your brain. This comes from Dana Wilde and her team at The Mind Aware. This particular CD set made the list last year. It's a fantastic CD set that really teaches you how to rethink, how to reprogram yourself for success, and get away from all the negative ideas, get away from all the negative talk. It is a beautiful bit of work by Dana Wilde, who actually made our Women of Power this year because of the just powerful, powerful tool that she has brought to direct selling. When we come back, we're going to get into the second half of the presentation of the 25 must-have items. There are going to be some websites, as I said, that you're not familiar with, especially one coming from the DSA, because the next journey for us is a very political one. And the DSA has something out there that we think is pretty spectacular, and a DVD put out by the History Channel that we think everyone in direct selling should actually be watching when we come back. Welcome back to Direct Selling Live's third annual 25 Must-Have Items for Success. Now, let's move on to the next series. The next 4 or 5 items on the list is one of our featured items. It's a DVD from the History Channel. You think, why would this DVD from the History Channel be on a list for direct sellers? This DVD is called The Men Who Built America. It's the 5 guys who have had the most influence throughout the world of business. This is a incredibly dynamic DVD series. It's kind of documentary based. It's also entertainment at the same time. It will blow you away. So who are the 5 guys that we're talking about? We're talking about John D. Rockefeller when he started his big oil empire. Cornelius Vanderbilt. Andrew Carnegie and his steel empire, Henry Ford and J.P. Morgan. These guys built what is essentially America and the world. If you want to understand what the mindset is to be the ultimate business champion, you need to watch this. This can be pretty rough at times because of some of the things that you witnessed, but the DVD series is incredibly powerful. It is something that everyone who intends on being a successful business person should be watching. So from the History Channel, the DVD series, The Men Who Built America. Next on the list comes from IMN Inc. IMN Inc. has a turnkey newsletter specifically for direct selling companies to help put in place a newsletter program for their distributors. The Loyalty Driver program from IMN Inc., what makes it special is that it brings a tremendous amount of lifestyle content to the newsletter. So it's not just about the business. We're talking information on recipes. We're talking information on the books that are out there that people are reading. We're talking about anything to do with lifestyle content that will bring additional value to what your distributors are talking about. For instance, I love to cook, and I love looking at recipes. And so a newsletter like this that not only has direct selling business and direct selling products for me to look at, but also throws in some content from a lifestyle standpoint, be it about cars, automotive, when flowers bloom at this particular season, sports-related items. This is the type of added value that can make your newsletter really explode. It will give your distributors something additional that they can give to their customers. Their customers say, oh, okay, so you're not just talking about business, you're also giving me something that I can use in my everyday life. So it's the IM Inc. Loyalty Driver newsletter. It's a turnkey newsletter. It's really for corporate. But corporate, let me just explain one more time. Your distributors will love being able to use this. It's incredibly customizable. You can customize it however you want. Just get in touch with the people IMN Inc. Also on the list, Randy Gage's book was on the list last year, Making the First Circle Work. Anyone in direct selling knows that the most powerful thing that you can do is duplicate success. Oftentimes people trip up because they're not duplicating. They don't have a duplicatable system. In Randy Gage's book, his best-selling direct selling book, Making the First Circle Work, it's all about duplication. That is the power of Jack in the Box. It's the power of McDonald's. It's the power of Denny's. It's the power of just about every successful chain that's out there because they're constantly duplicating. You do not need to reinvent the wheel. This book is all about how to duplicate a system that everyone can use so that it's constantly an easy thing to move forward in order to make you successful. Next on the list, of course, is Direct Selling's hit TV show On Air, which is hosted by me. It is a online television show where we get into any and everything that deals with direct selling, not just business, but lifestyle as well. We get into social issues, cultural issues, political issues, business issues. We get into all of it. That's on Air with Keeper on Direct Selling Live. Also, a book that's coming out in May, another great book by Mary Christensen, Be a Direct Selling Superstar. Mary Christensen has written a number of best-selling books on Be a Party Plan Superstar, Be a Network Marketing Superstar, Her next book, which comes out in May, is outstanding. It's Be a Direct Selling Superstar. It will be out in May. Mary Christensen's books have been translated in multiple languages because that's how good she really is. Look for this book in May. When we come back, the next series of items for Direct Selling Live's third annual 25 must-have items list for success in direct selling. When we come back.
No family can survive on 2 incomes anymore, let alone 1. If you are supplementing your family's income working from home, then tune into The Cash Flow Show, Direct Sales Radio. Host Deb Bixler brings you sales tips, lead generation systems, and best business practices that guarantee direct sales success. Whether you're looking for a little extra cash or a career change, The Cash Flow Show, Direct Sales Radio will give you proven systems that will work in your home business. The Cash Flow Show, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time on World Talk Radio Variety.
Welcome back to Direct Selling Live's third annual 25 must-have items for direct selling success in 2013. My name is Keeper. Glad you could join me. This is something we've been doing for, as I said, the third time, and it's the first time that any list like this has ever been created in direct selling. We are really, really happy to work on this year in and year out. And by the way, down below, you click on the link and you can get Direct Selling Live's Winter Magazine, which is featuring the 25 must-have items on this list. You can learn more about it. There's also 3 classic Upline Magazine reports. For those of you who haven't been around in direct selling for some time, Upline Magazine was the generic magazine. They were before Networking Times, and they had these special reports that came out every now and then. Here in the downloadable Direct Selling Live magazine, you can read 3 of the articles. Let me see if I can remember. One is the $300 solution. Why is it getting someone to earn $300 is so important, and how they can teach everyone else in their business to do the same thing. Also, let's see. Prospecting for Leaders is another one, and the last one is 3. I forget the last one. It's down below. You can see it right there. Download the PDF and you can have all 3 of these special reports. Next up on the list, we're talking about some tablets here. Of course, there's always the iPad, and which is even more important now that they're actually doing flash video, because you can actually watch movies from YouTube and what your companies normally put up on their website. So we're suggesting that you get the iPad. The next pad, for those of you who aren't Mac-driven but are Android-based, it's a Samsung Galaxy Tab 2. This is an outstanding tablet. It allows you to do so many things. It is the biggest competitor to the iPad. So if you're talking about a tablet that you're looking for to help you build your business, when you sit down with prospects and show them your company catalog and things like this, this is the pad for you. A website that every woman should be a member of, and that would be the DSWA, the Direct Selling Women's Alliance. It is the website for women in direct selling. A classic DVD series from Zig Ziglar is also on the list. Zig Ziglar, who passed away not long ago, was really, really big when it came to selling hope, to selling the dream. And his classic, You Were Born to Win, DVD series is on the list. I suggest you really listen to this DVD series. It will really help you understand what it takes to be a winner and why you really and truly are someone who was born to win. Next on the list is another website from the DSA, the Direct Selling Association. Last year was a very big political year in direct selling. For those of you who aren't aware, the DSA has a political action committee. We saw the number of direct selling owners pour money into the presidential campaign. Well, one of the things that the DSA launched last year, because they'd like more distributors to be more aware of who the legislators are that are supporting direct sellers, is called Champions of Direct Selling. It is a large list of those legislators, senators, congresspeople, governors who support direct selling. Why is this important? Because as we move forward and become more of a political, get more involved in the political conversation, where we could protect a lot of things that are of interest to us, Knowing who those legislators are who support our industry is going to be vital to the continuing growth of our of the direct selling. So the DSA has champions of direct selling, legislators who support direct selling industry. Go to the go to the DSA's website, dsa.org, and look for champions of direct selling. We think everyone in direct selling should be aware of who the political leaders and legislators are that are supporting our industry. Another featured item comes from the people at Expense Tracker. It is the best app out there. We've looked at a number of apps this year, and there are some pretty good ones, except they tend to have one problem. They're only an iPhone app. That's it. There's no Android app. None. Most of the people that have created some apps that are really, really good, people like Leapfrog and others, they're just iPhone based. Well, the Expense Tracker has come out with an app that's outstanding called Rocket Recruiting App. This app, you can sit down with someone on a tablet, on a laptop, on an iPhone, on an Android phone, on a desktop, and actually show them how they can make money. This is what they call leading with a helping hand. Let me show you how you can make money. By showing you how to save money. Showing you how to save money instantly could put money in someone's pocket. It's not always going out and having to hustle up the money. A lot of times it's just looking at what you're doing. How you can save money can actually put money in your bank account every month. This is a killer app. It is a great app, and it's actually by Eric Tippett, who's on the cover of the magazine right down below, a real handsome guy there. He is the person behind the Rocket Recruiting app. Congratulations, Eric. It's a great app. And the Expense Tracker. 1-2 punch. Outstanding. Outstanding app. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at the last few items on this year's list. Deb Bixler has one of the best party plan websites out there. I love Deb Bixler. I love what she does. She has a great, great website. Even better is her radio show, The Cash Flow Show. Her Cash Flow Show at Direct Sales Radio is one of the most popular radio shows in all of direct selling. So if you go to Create a Cash Flow, which is her website, and then you go to Cash Flow Show, Cash Flow Show, Direct Sales Radio. This is a radio show she has on every week. She has some of the best people in direct selling who come on her show. Even I have been on her show. And she's absolutely outstanding. You get a lot of free information, of course. But if you go to her website, you can get a lot of free downloadable content as well. So once again, Deb Bixler's Create a Cash Flow Show website and the Cash Flow Show Direct Sales Radio is on this list. Another great item for those of you who are trying to save money is a product that was put out by Rhonda Johnson and her partner Tom Bass called Ignite Your Finance Home Business Record Keeping System. This is a tax system built for direct sellers by direct sellers. Rhonda Johnson and the people at Accountable Solution, they only support direct sellers and their tax needs. They're the only people who do that in direct selling. The other tax people, they support anyone who brings their taxes. But Rhonda Johnson and Tom Bass over at Accountable Solutions, they only work with the direct selling industry, so they know all the ins and outs to your tax issues. This Ignite Your Finances Home-Based Business Tax Record Keeping System will really have you ready come tax time, which is a couple of, maybe 6 or 7 weeks from now. The Ignite Your Finances Home Business Record Keeping System. I know it's a mouthful. It's a great, great product to get you ready if you're a direct seller and want to take advantage of all your direct selling expenses. This is a system for you. Next, the Avon, a lot of the top Avon distributors came out with a really great book called A View from the Top. Avon, as we know, is the juggernaut in direct selling. They are, depending on which year, either 1 or 2 as the top direct selling company. To have some of their top distributors talk about what it took for them to get to the top, regardless of what company you are with. This is a book you should be reading. Everyone in direct selling should be reading this. One of our good friends, once again, Lisa Wilbur, is one of the people who have written in this book. A featured item comes from Bob Goshen. Bob Goshen is he's an ex-spy for the United States. Been in direct selling for some 30 years. Has been there, has done that. He's a huge, huge proponent of leadership. And we're talking about leadership from someone from a military perspective. Someone who really can put the troops in line and get them to follow orders and get them to do what's necessary to win. He came out with a book a couple of years ago that the more we read it, the more we absolutely love it, called The Power of Layered Leadership. It is a great book. Bob is an absolutely great speaker as well. I love listening to him speak. He has the book that has made this year's list. However, he has another book coming out in April. The name escapes me right now. And I think more than anything, they have a working title. But the book is coming out in April. Be sure to look for Bob Goshen's Goshen. Be sure to look for his new books. His new book that will be on his website, bobgoshen.com, and in bookstores. Last item on the list. Oh, I actually forgot something. When it comes to cell phones, we think the 2 best cell phones for direct selling because of their power and what they can actually do is the iPhone. And once again, Samsung has an iPhone as well. We think it's outstanding. The Galaxy S3. If you're looking for an iPhone, a great Android iPhone, that would be the Samsung Galaxy S3. If you're looking for an Apple-based operating system, of course, everyone knows the iPhone. Last on this list is the absolute classic book. However, there are 3 different versions to the book, which I think is great. It comes from Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill and his foundation created 2 additional books to go with the classic Think and Grow Rich. I don't know you, but if there was one book I had to have, that would be it. Unless you're a black guy like me, then I have to have 2. And that would be Think and Grow Rich, a Black Choice, with Napoleon Hill and Dennis Kimbrough. It really has a great perspective if you're someone who's black, who is not always with the mindset of what it takes to think and grow rich. Dennis Kimbrough and the Napoleon Hill Foundation put together Think and Grow Rich, a Black Choice for African Americans, blacks here in America. This is a book that you really should be reading. If you're a Latino, they also came out with a book called Think and Grow Rich, the Latino Choice, or a Latino Choice. This is in partnership with the Napoleon Hill Foundation and Lionel Sosa. Once again, it's a book for the Latino Hispanic community to help you understand what the mindset is to think and grow rich. If there's any one book that you can have in your toolbox, it should be Think and Grow Rich. If you're Latino, if you're black, it would be Think and Grow Rich, a Black Choice would be the additional book. Or if you're Latino, it would be Think and Grow Rich, a Latino Choice with Lionel Sosa. That's our list for this year. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, be sure to shoot me a line at keeper@DirectSellingLive.com. That's keeper@DirectSellingLive.com. Or, feel free to give me a call at 818 at my office, 818-598-0092, or drop me a line at Facebook, Keeper, Catran-Whitney, CatranWhitney. That's where I am at Facebook, or K Catran-Whitney at Twitter. Have a great year. We'll see you next year for the 4th annual 25 Must-Have Items for Success list here on Direct Selling Live.